Welcome to Cognitos. We often get asked by HR departments, how can they use generative AI within their business? HR departments today are often overstretched. They're trying to process a high degree of turnover in many businesses. And so they're having to review lots and lots of resumes, as well as do a lot of onboarding and offboarding. So today we're going to show how using Cognitos with OCR and GPT-3, you can actually automate a lot of the summarization and filtering of resumes. We'll kick this automation off with an email to simulate the way that Cognitos would run in this case, where resumes are sent in or fed from either email or something like Indeed.com. We're going to try to make this really hard on Cognitos as well. You'll notice that we have very different formats, different coloring, different placements throughout the different pages, even typos in the titles, which traditionally could throw exceptions with legacy RPA tools. But we are going to be able to extract all this different information and then utilize GPT-3 or ChatGPT, which you may be familiar with, to then summarize it for us in a way that recruiters could easily use and save them time on reading through each of these documents. So if we go into our process here, we'll actually see that this is all written in English. There is no need for the business user to have to say when they need to use OCR or when they need to use NLP. Instead, they just say what they want to do in English, and Cognitos will actually utilize the appropriate technology at that time. So no developer expertise is needed anymore. Whereas in the past, you would have to have an RPA developer, you'd have to have someone else who knew how to do OCR. There'd be a lot of technical challenges or technical chops that would be needed. We're asking it to summarize the resume in 3 sentences, and then we want it to create a CSV and send that to my email with those summaries that I could quickly go through if I was a recruiter. If we go into the actual process here, we'll see that it has worked step by step through this, taking the information from the email, taking information from each of those resumes, converting it into a CSV, and then lastly, sending that message to my email. Again, everything is done in English from the beginning to the end and even after with that process. So here, let's take a quick look at the resume summaries that were created. And we'll see it has created that Excel file. This could be any sort of output file. It could be just within the body of an email, whatever is desired and best for that organization, or it could be outputted into some other sort of HRIS system. And we'll see that it's gone in, and from these resumes, it's actually pulled out some pretty interesting information. It's pulled out their experience, pulled out information around where they went to college, some of the key stats from those different resumes. And you'll notice it's not the same each time. So this isn't some sort of scripted, step-by-step summaries. Instead, it is generative AI in that sense. Now, you could go into a little bit more detail. You could say within our process flow that I want more specific information, but it's really up to you. With generative AI automation, the business user now has the power to get information that they need, be able to utilize that information quickly with no developer expertise required.